It's running rampant. It's everywhere. And you're like, why are there so many Dunkin' Donuts? Because that person is not building or creating or crafting something. The person who is racing and running for Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm ready for all the Dunkin' Donuts haters who are going to knock on my door, who probably also have Androids. Ooh. The truth of the matter is that they are not looking at this door of innovation. They are looking at practicality. They're also looking at things like doing the routine thing that they do every day. And truthfully, all jokes aside, there's a place for that, and there's a place for that person. But understanding how did Howard get people to spend $7 on a cup of coffee is everything. He simply did it by inserting his story in the why you should buy this thing here. He just inserted his story. Third office. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter series, she used her story and created a franchise that rooted for the underdog, that highlighted the different people in society, the different classes, the different castes, the different groups of people. She doubled down on the underdog versus the person who was automatic in, the person who was born pretty, the person who was born into the family, the person who was born with access, the person who was born with, you name it. And she highlighted and segmented, for me, clearly, those houses from Gryffindor to Slytherin and Hufflepuffs, and I'm missing one of them.
Ravenclaw.
Yes, Ravenclaw. The truth of the matter is that those people, they're such a great example, those groups, of how society is ran right now. And automatically, when you're a Slytherin, you're supposed to be dishonest, deceptive, undermining, and all of these other things. That is the underlying tone. But the truth of the matter is that there were some great people who were in that house. There were some amazing people who were Slytherins. I mean, I kind of identified with them. I wasn't as privileged as a Gryffindor. I wasn't automatically born that way. I wasn't married into that family. She took what she saw in her life as herself, created these mirrors in different ways to show the world through an angle and a lot of creativity what it meant to be the underdog in an already fixed society. She created a franchise that swept the world. She used her story. Steve Jobs, I don't really have to say much. At the core of it, it is his notion to think different. Period. He did the same thing as you look at brands that you admire, or maybe you don't like. Maybe you are an Android user and you don't like Apple, and I respect that in this moment. But in its truth, Apple is a mirror of Starbucks, and then taking their story, appealing to a certain part of the market, and focusing just on that appealed part of the market, and then they built a brand there. Apple did the same thing. He said, let's just think different. Let's just think different. Basically, that translates to me, let's leave the others over there. We're going to leave them over there and let them do what they're doing. But we over here, you know who you are because you think differently like I think differently. And together, we're going to think different and we're going to create our own society. And he created something called, I want to put this word out to you, that's the truth of a movement. A movement is not a phrase, it is not a statement, it is a feeling, it is a belly feeling. And to the other people who are like, I think differently all the time, I don't think anything like my parents, I don't think anything like the people in my city, I don't think anything like these things. They were like, yes, sign me up. Just like the people who were at home privately working on something and doing something in private and thinking about the thing and trying to figure out the thing that they were building or created. Back then, there was no such real thing as like true WeWorks. Back then, you had something called Regises, and that is what Android users don't think differently. Android users are just different. So you have to remove the word think in the middle and just put Android users are different. And then that sentence will be completely fine. So in its truth, in its hardcore truth, I mean, stay with me for a moment. Regises were considered to be the place that a person who was working on their house, working on an idea, that was kind of the only place that was public that you could go to and consistent. But Regises were very prestige. You had to wear a suit if you walked inside. There was a receptionist and an old wood desk. There were gray walls, and it was very professional, and it was all these things, and you kind of felt like, man, am I worthy to walk into this place? It was definitely, I walked into multiple Regises, and you just didn't feel like you belonged. I can't tell you how many times I just didn't feel like I belonged in a Regis, which is why I could never go there and build. But damn it, when you told me that this thing was my third office, that let me know that I was going to walk into an environment and be amongst other people who were trying to do something, whatever it was. Third office. As you think about the thing that you have wanted to create, that you thought about, that you felt through, that you've walked yourself through, what is your statement? Do you have a statement? Just a statement in general. Do you have a statement? Do you have a statement that talks about or highlights what you're doing while you're here? What you think, what you feel? That statement doesn't have to be the same this entire game. I've been running this business game for 20 years. I've been teaching hundreds of thousands of people for only the last decade. However, my statement hasn't always been the same. My very first statement to the world was, onwards. Like, we just got to get out of here. I don't know. And basically, it came from me looking at industries, religion, personal development, and just looking and going, I don't even understand what's going on over here, and I want no part of it. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. I don't want to understand. I am good. Let us get the hell out of here. Let us go. My second statement to the world was, you're either doing the damn thing or you're not. That is a statement. It's what I believe. You're either doing the damn thing or you're not. Like, I don't know all the answers, but I know one thing's for sure. Are you doing the damn thing? Because it's a yes or a no statement. Your statement doesn't have to be, and the idea for a statement is not so that you have a cliche thing. It just highlights how you actually live your life and what you feel on the inside. Do the damn thing kind of came about because I had watched at that point in the middle of this journey, I had watched so many people pussyfooting around the next step, letting fear win, trying to, well, my spouse doesn't want me to do the thing, so I'm not going to do it. We don't have enough money, so I'm not going to do it. My whole family lives in the city, so I'm never going to leave here, even though I hate Iowa. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I did not get it. This idea came from how I actually live my life. I'm either black or I am white. There is no middle ground for me. I am so black and white. I either hate you or I love you. And you know. If I don't like you, you will know. We're not gonna be unknown. I'm gonna make it clear, and if it's not clear, I'm gonna pay for the banner so that when you think of coming to my door, you're gonna know. We're all gonna know. That's just how I live my life. So doing the damn thing spirals into anything. I'm either talking to that cousin or I'm not. I'm either trying to grow this business or I'm not. My kids are either a priority or they're not. I'm either going to be married or I'm not. I'm either going to grow this thing or I'm not. I'm either going to be upset with the other people in my industry or I'm not. But I can't be upset and we all don't know it. If you're going to do the damn thing, you're going to do the damn thing. It's going to be clear. That statement became a guiding force for me in that chapter of my life. Because it's been a guiding force for me my whole life. So it's a theme.